Today we are discussing ninth standard first chapter in our zoology part, that is animal kingdom. The variety of living organisms surrounding us is incomprehensible. Nearby 1.5 million species of organisms which have been described are different from one another. Every organism exhibits variation in their external appearance, which means outer forms of an animal's body structure, and internal structure, which means inner parts of an organism's and behavior. The study of various organisms would be difficult without a suitable method of classification. Why we need classify the organisms? We come across many places where things are arranged in specific categories. In supermarkets, the shelves can have rows and columns of groceries, cosmetics, toys, stationeries, and snacks. If it is not arranged in a well organized manner, customers and salespersons will waste a lot of time in finding an item. In the same way, libraries also organize the books alphabetically into autobiographies, novels, kid stories, and science fictions. Likewise, it is nearly impossible to study all the living organisms. The method of arranging organisms into groups on the basis of their similarities and differences is called classification. Taxonomy is the science of classification which makes the study of wide variety of organisms easier. It helps us to understand the relationship among different group of animals. With advance in technology, many scientists gradually created new systems for classifying organisms. In 1735, Carolus Linnaeus proposed two-kingdom classification. He is the father of taxonomy. He classified all the living organisms into two groups based on the nutrition and locomotion. Kingdom Plantae for plants, Kingdom Animaliae for animals. Here kingdom means it is the largest categories and the largest division of organisms. The drawback of these classifications are both eukaryotic and prokaryotic were placed together. In plant kingdom, there were species which were photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic, so they were also placed together. But some animals which show both animals as well as plant character, so no fixed position was there for them. Example, Euglena. In 1866, the German investigator Ernst Haeckel proposed a three-kingdom system of classification. This three-kingdom system includes Kingdom Animaliae, Kingdom Plantae, and Kingdom Protista. Here, Kingdom Protista includes unicellular eukaryotic such as bacteria, algae, fungi, and protozoans. Haeckel's system was not widely accepted. However, nucleated and non-nucleated organisms were kept together in protist, and heterotrophic bacteria and fungi placed along with autotrophic algae. Then R.H. Whittaker proposed five-kingdom classification in 1969. This form of classification includes five kingdoms: Kingdom Monerae, Kingdom Protistae, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Plantae, Kingdom Animaliae. This classification based upon certain character like mode of nutrition, cell structure, body organization, and reproduction. Monerae is a kingdom that contains unicellular organisms with a prokaryotic cell. Protistae includes a vast collection of single-celled and multicellular organisms that have a nucleus. Kingdom Fungi are eukaryotic organisms that includes microorganisms such as yeast as well as the more familiar mushrooms. Kingdom Plantae for plants and Kingdom Animaliae for animals. In 1977, Carl Oates proposed six-kingdom classification. They placed Eubacteria, Archaebacteria under prokaryotes and rest of the four kingdoms Protistae, Fungi, Plantae, Animaliae under eukaryotes. Eubacteria is a bacterium of a large group, typically having simple cells with rigid cell wall and flagellum for movement. Archaebacteria are primitive bacteria that have one cell and live in extreme salt or hot. Thomas Cavalier Smith, a British zoologist, he proposed a seven-kingdom classification, who introduced a new kingdom called Chromistae. This kingdom include in it are Plantae, Animaliae, Protozoa, Fungi, Eubacteria, Archaebacteria, Chromistae. Chromistae is a biological kingdom consists of some single-celled and multicellular eukaryotic organisms which share similar features in their photosynthetic organelles. It includes algae, diatoms, and protozoans who contain chlorophyll. Depending on the system of classifications, organisms were classified into 2 or 3 kingdoms, later into 5, 6, and now into 7 kingdoms. All living organisms are classified into groups based on very basic shared characters. The classification of living things includes 7 levels: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Species. It is the lowest taxonomic category, a group of closely related organisms that are very similar to each other and are usually capable of interbreeding and producing fertile young ones. For example, the large Indian parakeet and the green parrot are two different species of birds. They cannot interbreed. Genus. It is a group of closely related species which constitute the next higher category called genus. For example, the Indian wolf and the Indian jackal are placed in the same genus. Family. A group of genus with several common characters form a family. For example, tiger, cat, and leopard share common characters and belong to the larger cat family. Order. This category includes one or more related families which show few common features. One or more similar families are grouped together to form an order. For example, monkeys, baboons, apes, and man possess some common characters, so they are placed in same order. Class. Related or similar orders together form a class. The order of different animals like rabbit, rat, bats, whales, chimpanzee, and human share some common features such as presence of skin and mammary gland. Mammary gland means milk producing gland. Hence, they are placed in class mammals. Phylum. Classes which are related with one another constitute a phylum. The classes of different animals like mammals, birds, reptiles, fishes constitute phylum Chordata with have a notochord or backbone. Kingdom. It is the highest category and the largest division to which microorganisms, plants, and animals belongs to. Each kingdom is fundamentally different from one another but has the same fundamental characters in all organisms grouped under the kingdom. For example, all living animals belonging to various phyla are included in the kingdom Animalia. Thank you.